talk a little bit about what you guys do on the show? If you'd like to tell us a little bit about your character.
I play a character named Bill Ward, who is a very odd, mysterious tech billionaire from Iceland, and he has this sort of driving obsession with the notion that dreams are sort of have a potential for pure, undiluted communication, and sort of mysteriously recruits Tess, that Lizzie Brochere plays, to help him research this dream communication, possibly to monetize it or use it for nefarious purposes or just out of curiosity.
I'm not on the show. I'm a scientist, and I was involved in the behind the scenes of the science of the show.
Can you walk us through what's a typical day of a behind the scenes
scientist? So I don't know if it was typical, but I'll tell you about a day. So I think that there are levels of involvement, but I think that the main one is a show like this creates interest in a lot of people in a topic, and now the question is what to do with it. So it could end with you just watching it and experiencing it, etc. But it can also become something that you say, I want to go and look online. The question is, what do you find? So there's a vast amount of knowledge. So what I'm trying to do is organize it. So if you look after the show for something, you're going to find organized into material. There's also answering questions, so people kind of want to know about dreams because things in the show kind of inspire them and they want to have someone be the person who answers. The people who created the show also wanted to kind of say, okay, before we kind of do something, what's real and what's not? So I think that all of those conversations it could pop up in the morning, it could be in the evening, it could be a website, it could be like an interview, but all of them are just ways to make sure that if you care about the content, you will have an outlet to get the information right.
So you made sure to keep the science behind it consistent, that it is kind of rooted.
So this is science fiction. So there was no room for. They didn't need a scientist to kind of. It's like. It's a science fiction show. So there wasn't a place for me to say like no, it gets to be 20 cc's of so and so. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense because everything is a fantasy. But at the same time, I think dreams are real. So you leave the show and you say, okay, I want to know what sex character would do if it were a professor in a lab. Like they put electrodes in the brain. Where would they put them? Does it make sense? Can I get it? So you watch. It's like I think they paid attention to buy the right electrodes, to put them in the right setting, to do things that are going to make someone say, I like this character, I want to be like him. What do I do? That's what I do.
So you mentioned sci-fi and fantasy and how it doesn't necessarily have to stay true to reality. Do you ever feel like there's a line where you need to keep it like a certain kind of realism for people to accept the kind of environment you're promoting, or do you feel there's never any kind of limits, and the bigger the fantasy, the bigger like the sci-fi, the better?
Science fiction, I think, is the word science appears there, but we don't care. As long as I think that where it becomes troubling is if you try to make a movie about historic event and then you cannot get also a flying dragon into it. That's when it becomes confusing to people. But I think it's told as a science fiction story, so we will accept a lot. I think people get confused when you kind of try to give them like something that you try to claim is real. So I'm happy with as cool and like most fiction-y things you can put because it's not even trying to be reality. I think that what is important is to use that platform to also offer like answers to questions. That's my job.
Zach, your character hones in specifically on Lizzie. Is that just because she's so visible as a fashion consultant or whatever her job is? How come you didn't find others, or why is her specifically?
Well, on the surface, it would appear that they've crossed paths before through her job, which is as a trend spotter, and 5 years prior to the show, he tried to recruit her for something, and she turned him down, and I think that probably didn't sit well with him, and so he sort of spent the next 5 years like sort of trying to get her back. Again, that's just on the surface. It's not entirely clear what I don't think Bill is being entirely truthful about that connection, and I think that there's a sort of sad personal connection there too, and that I think Bill is a little enamored of Tess, which is frankly creepy, because he's using her, and she's vulnerable and doesn't know whether or not to trust him, and he thinks he's doing the right thing, and kind of feels for her.
And your character could almost be a precursor to your character in Revolution.
Isn't that crazy?
Is there something about tycoons that...
I don't know.
Really
Yeah,
hard
it's so
tycoons.
weird. It's like back to back like that. It's really strange. I like it.
Guys, not a rat.
All right, well,